All right, so still working on the worksheet graphing the y-intercept 1a. Onto the back, problem 7 and 8 are a review of the previous worksheet where we are finding the x-intercepts. I'm sure you can see where we're going with all of this. We want to be able to do both. And with the vertex, we're going to be able to make very accurate graphs within the next couple of days. But just to review, I'm going to look at 7 on this worksheet right now. And again, we're going to go all the way from factoring to graphing the x-intercepts. Here A is 1, B is -8, and C is 15. I'm going to use magic X, or diamond problem, or I'm sure there are other names for it as well. I went A times C at the top, and I went B on the bottom. And remember, B bottom, that should be easy to remember because bottom starts with B. I'm going to put -8, which is my B on the bottom. I'm going to put 1 times 15, which is 15 on the top. And then what we do is we want to think of numbers that make the number on the top. So thinking of what makes 15. There's only 2 possibilities, 1 in 15 or 3 in 5. And then we also have the added thing of the bottom number is negative here. And so if I have the bottom is negative and the top is positive, what that means is the 2 numbers on the side, they must both be negative. Because if they're both negative, that's going to cancel to give us a positive number on the top. And then when I add 2 negative numbers, I'm going to get a negative number on the bottom. So what if we tried, let's say, -1 and -15? Well, it is true that -1 times -15 does make positive 15 on the top. But if you were to add these 2 numbers together, -1 and -15, you would end up with -16. And that is definitely not what I want. So let's try something else. And I didn't really have a lot of things to try. To make 15, the only other thing that's going to work is 3 and 5. And in this case, I'll be -3 and -5. So my equation factors into y equals x minus 3 times x minus 5. Now, you can tell that there's a little bit less room to work here. So I'm going to go ahead and set this equal to 0 now. Again, to remind you from the previous worksheet, the reason we set this equal to 0 is because the x-intercepts are exactly those x values when y is 0. So it's not a trick or anything. We're purposely substituting 0 for y so that we can find our x-intercepts. So I'll put the 0 over here, and we'll just act like that y is not there. And that's just to save us a little space. Zero product property says that since these 2 things make 0, either the first one, x minus 3, is equal to 0, or the second one, x minus 5, is equal to 0. And just as we saw yesterday, when a is 1, these are all going to be one-step equations. Add 3 to both sides here to get x equals positive 3. I'll add 5 over here. X equals 5 would be the other x value. So those are my x values. I'm then going to plot them on the x-axis. And what are they? They are positive 3 and they are positive 5. So there you go. That is how we do that. I hope that was okay. Hopefully you're getting used to this idea. The factoring, again, is not really new. Plotting points is not new on its own. Putting it together is what's new, and I hope you're hanging in there. Alrighty, thank you.